everyone, it's Chrissy, and today I thought I'd do something different again and do a speed edit. This time I am making my current channel art that is up on my channel now. So if you've seen it, this is what I'm making. Thank God for this template because I would be lost without it. So yeah, I decided to, for the style, I decided to go with like the style that I've developed on my thumbnails in the past like several months. I just love what I've accomplished this year. So basically how I came up with this style it's just basically meme. It's inspired by memes, but it's also got borders and emojis and like popping text, and I realized that is my style now. Like for a while I was trying to come up with like a style that was more mature, like more my age, you know, like I'm an adult in my 30s, and I thought that I would need something that was like more mature around that level. And then I know for some reason I just couldn't get away from this style with every thumbnail and every video that I made, and I realized that I'm stuck with this style. This is my style. I know it looks cartoony, but it's funny. It's got like this channel art right here has like the jokes inside. It's got like inside jokes, which isn't like too, like I could definitely explain what the inside jokes are, but I'll tell you once I get all the emojis in. And I just realized that this is just my style, and there's nothing wrong with having a mixture of all of these things, but at the same time it looks mature. I don't know, I can't explain it, but I really like what I've come up with this year. So I am incorporating all of that into my new channel art right here. So this is what you're seeing. So right now I am applying all the emojis. So basically these emojis in my channel art reflect who I am. Like there's a microphone, there's a camera, there's Starbucks, there's my cat Sadie right here. She's so cute. And right here I forgot to before I turned the camera on, I forgot to edit her picture, and so I decided to do that off camera. And yeah, right here you'll see I just did all of that off camera because it would have been way too long. So here I am trying to apply her picture, but then I realized it's too big, so I go back and shrink it, and you'll see that in a second. It's like too big. There it is. So I was like, oh, I need to shrink her picture. So I have a little rant. My OBS didn't pick up all the dialogues, like when I go to read like dialogues, like layered dialogues, text dialogues, or resized dialogues, or whatever. So that's why you'll notice that it looks like the video is paused for a second. It really isn't. It's just that I am working on like the color dialogues and whatever didn't show up on the camera that OBS didn't pick up. So yeah, so I am continuing here to add more emojis. Yeah. So, that's just what I'm doing right now. And then like in a few minutes I'll open more files to add like more emojis, and of course it didn't pick that up because it's a separate dialogue. So I don't know, next time I do a speed edit I'll have to like make sure that OBS is actually filming it. Something went wrong. I think it's my fault because I set it a certain way to where it wouldn't show the dialogues or something. I didn't know it wasn't going to show the dialogues, but anyway. So here I am trying to like figure out a best way to edit to get to fix the edges on Sadie's picture, because you can see it's just like completely flat. So in the end I just decided to put her behind my picture, and it works out just fine. Yeah, see, there I am. I'm just shrinking her down again, and I just put her behind me, and it works out just fine. And later on I shrink my picture and her picture again, but it still works out because the edges don't show as much on her end. And here I'm trying to figure out what to, I think, oh no, this is when I add the crown. I love this crown emoji. It's just so funny the way that I put it on. You'll see in a second. I put it on my head. It's so funny. I don't know. I love it. And And that Starbucks emoji, I wish it was bigger. I was like trying to avoid like art that people have made, like artists made, because I didn't want to use too much clip art without someone's permission. So I had to look for clip art that was like open to anyone to use. So that's how I got these emojis, and I will like link the sources down below under the video because they're pretty cool places, nice places to get these emojis and clip arts. So here I am, and now I'm shrinking it down and putting it on my head and rotating it in a way that it would like look like it's actually on my head. So as you can see there, I just rotated the crown emoji, and you didn't see the dialogue. It's because OBS again didn't pick up the rotation. See there, I'm rotating the camera. It didn't pick up the dialogue and I wish it had, because it would have made more sense of why the video looked like it was paused. But whatever, next time I'll do better. Like I said before. And I'm just rotating all the images. Well, not all of them, just the emojis. And as you can see, like, that, I had some trouble with that Starbucks emoji, because you could see, like, I had to, like, erase, it left behind some, like, I don't know what to call it, but I had to keep erasing it. And I think it's because it had, like, a glow border. I added like a glowing border, or no, not glowing border, a fuzzy border. So it just left stuff behind every time I would like rotate it or scale it down. So yeah, and later on you'll notice that I get rid of that straw, because I really don't like the straw sticking out, so I get rid of it later on. And here I am applying the bow and arrow finally. I love this. So the whole thing with the bow and arrow is just basically it's a reference to my last name. My last name is Archer, so I thought it'd be funny to add a bow and arrow emoji. And here I am shrinking my selfie down again because I realized it was too big and it really didn't have a whole lot of space for the other images, so I figured that it'd be best to shrink mine and Sadie's images down again, so that I could have room for text for the emojis. And at this point I really needed to shrink those two down because I didn't have room for the most important text, which was like my channel name and the subtext and everything. So I shrunk everything down that was connected to my selfie, basically. And right here basically is it, where I I'm pretty much done with mine and Sadie's pictures for now. And then I continue on with the other emojis. I really love using emojis in my thumbnails and stuff. This is going to be really fun for the future because I feel like, oh, here I am adding the, my channel name. And I shrunk it down because it was too big. And then I add a border to it so it stands out. And then later on you'll notice that I struggle with like trying to figure out what kind of text color I want to use. Yeah. And I was like, wait, this isn't dark enough. So I make it darker and it looks so good. Oh gosh, I love that contrast between that maroon and the blue background. It looks so nice. And then so I had to shrink it down again, I think. And then I had to reapply the border color. And then there it goes. Yeah, so then this is when I add the subtext that explains what my channel is about, and then I shrunk that down again, and then so it could all be one level. And then I did the same thing. And then after I go and apply the other text, I make my channel name text bigger, and I make the subtext bigger, I think, because I felt like that the other text was it stood out more than the channel name did. So I fix all that in a second, or in a few minutes, I don't know when. So this video turned out to be pretty long, even after I sped up all the clips. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than 20 minutes, but no, it's like 20 minutes or longer. So I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I could have probably left out. But I don't know. Maybe I should have. Oh yeah, this is funny. So I tried to make it look like Sadie was drinking the Starbucks. But then I realized, oh no, but it hides her paws. I don't want to hide her paws, so I move it. And then I got rid of the straw here. Like I mentioned that I don't like the straw on that emoji. And I still made it look like she was eating it, but then I was like, no, it hides her cute paws. It hides like a lot of her picture, so I just moved it and gave up on that part. Because I wanted to show off how cute she is. I'm sorry if you can hear like the people talking outside, because I don't know, the people around here in these apartments have been loud. And yeah, I don't want to talk about myself too much though, but here, oh gosh, I was making the owl look like he was holding the bow and arrow, and I thought that was really cute. And then I put the microphone near me, which is, I don't know, I thought that was a cool touch. And then there's I really like the way that the Starbucks and the camera look together, but later on I moved that because I spread everything out. Because I realized, you know what, there's nothing wrong with filling out the entire space, because I was worried that some of this stuff wouldn't show up on mobile, but the important videos do show up on mobile, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to spread it out then. So here I am trying, there was this idea I had in my head that I couldn't apply to this edit. I was trying to make my selfie part look like a comic book, like a saturated, colorful comic book. I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't work, so I decided just to brighten that up anyway, and then I brighten up Sadie's picture too, so it looks more, I don't know, it just stands out more. This looks better after all this. See, I'm trying to like add color and just wasn't working because it looked too washed out. And there I am, like adding brightness and contrast, so it looks so much better. So I figured I'd just stay with that. And that's basically what my thumbnails look like anyway. And then I'm like doing the same to Sadie's picture. And oh yeah, this is when I edit the Starbucks emoji. This part is really cool because I was trying to make the chocolate part look pink or something. But then I figured, oh, I need to do a masking trick, but not really masking. I just duplicated the layer and then made it a different color, and then I erased the part that I didn't want to be pink. I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see in a second. It's really cool how I did it. I mean, I could have just done masking, but I don't know how to do masking, even though I know it's possible on GIMP. But you'll see, there I go. I erased the parts that I didn't want to be pink, which was the logo and the whipped cream and the chocolate. So now it looks like it was made like that. It looks pink. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I was trying to do the same thing with the owl, but I decided to do that off camera, but in the end it just didn't work, so I just left it blue. And the reason why I didn't work on the owl, because the yellow parts I was trying to keep yellow, and I was doing the same method as I was doing on the Starbucks, and it just didn't. So here I am changing the background. I am making it more gradient color to give it more of a pop, I guess, because it was just so plain, I guess you could say. But I added gradient, and I stick with that, and then I add like a kind of like a slightly pixely texture to it to make it look shiny, but it doesn't look blurry, it just looks shiny. It looks really nice. There it goes. I don't know if you can see that from here on the video, but if you go to my channel, you'll see what I mean. It looks really nice. Okay, so here I am. I'm adding text again. This is where I add a whole bunch of text to it, because basically Emoji Queen, I use a lot of emojis in my conversations when I talk to people, like just texting. Oh gosh, okay, this braver than the US Marines is it's a joke, because my friends say, because I use that XD emoji still, and I guess no one uses that anymore, so they say I'm braver than US Marines because I used that in 2018, and I guess no one else uses it. But I get rid of that text because I didn't want to be offensive to anyone who take it out of context, and since it's a inside joke anyway, I just get rid of it. And there's that XD emoji I was talking about that I use quite often, but I get rid of that too because it just didn't look right the way that I wanted to rotate it. So I just get rid of those two and keep the Emoji Queen and the OK LOL. And I say OK LOL, actually it's backwards, but I say that when I'm sassy about something else. I'll be like LOL OK. But I did it backwards, but I'll probably go back later and fix it. But here I am trying to like make a reference to genealogy, because I am a nerd for genealogy, but I get rid of that too and just keep those Emoji Queen and the OK LOL text. See, I tried to rotate it and just did not look right, so I just got rid of it completely and made the other text bigger and just kept those two. And then I think I'm about done, but yeah. And then okay, this is where the text color, I was like fighting the text color because I couldn't decide what I wanted to use, and a text that would actually look good with the rest of the colors on this channel art. I felt like orange was too blinding against the white. So in the end, basically, long story short, all of the colors end up being the same color. And I was trying to use that orange red on all of the text, but then I realized that was super blinding and I don't want to blind anyone who's visiting my channel. So I decided to make everything one color, and they all pop and it looks really nice in the end. Yeah, I went quiet. Oh gosh. So I'm adding borders to the text. Luckily, I love layers. I love working with layers. I don't know, because I was able to go back and change the actual text colors. And so I'm actually moving these around, like switching places, because I felt like that OK LOL was a lot bigger and there was more space over there. Yeah, so at this point I was like, I think I'm done. I don't know. I think here, oh yeah, I was blending in her ears a little more on the edges because they were kind of, you know, like edged. So yeah, so that is, I think I am done with this edit. I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm done. Oh yeah, I'm adding border. I'm adding a border to my selfie so I stand out more, and I'm looking at the time. I think I'm done. Oh yeah, this is when I go back and make the header text bigger because the other texts were like standing out more, and I wanted my channel text to stand out the most. So that's when I go back and change all the text colors actually. And yeah, I'm just like, you know what? Oh yeah, that's what I tried to do. I mean, it looks okay, but I think the maroon looks better, and that's what I end up with. It's like a maroon or mauve or mauve or whatever you want to call it. It looks so much better than that. I don't know. I just think with all the colors, it just looks better. There you go. And I decided, you know what? I'm done. I think. Oh yeah, and I added the background blue and everything. Yep. And I saved it, and then I merged everything, and as you can see, this is the final result. I went back and added, I went back and made the Starbucks cup bigger because it wasn't big enough, and I made the camera bigger, and I put in a subtle border around Sadie because it just didn't, the edges did not look good without a border, so I had to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of not the end of this video, but I mean, God, this is pretty much the result of my channel art, and I just think it looks so nice with all the videos down here, and it matches my thumbnails now. I've been waiting so long for to come up with an idea and a theme for my channel art and for my thumbnails to match each other, and I finally did it. And I'm proud, and this is it. If you're interested in videos like vlogging and voice acting, then check out the videos on the side of the screen here, or on the bottom or top, or wherever I put the videos at. And I will see you in the next video.